Hey guys, it's Randy with a Low Buck LS here again. Welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we're going to look at getting rid of that lean spike when I tip in from no throttle to full throttle or part throttle. So yeah, now we'll fire up the laptop and have a look. We'll look at a log from one of the last videos I did that shows that lean spike. Basically, when I go from no throttle to full throttle, there's a big, you can see the AFR ratio change from, it's commanding 14.68 and then it dips down to 12.2, but there's a delay and the actual AFR stays at 14.6 or whatever and then takes a spike up to 15 or 16 and then comes down. So we're going to be looking at the Transient Fuel tab and a parameter called, I think it's fuel to wall impact factor or something like that. So we'll fire up the laptop here and have a look. Okay, so we're gonna have a look at, this is a log that I saved a week ago, August 24th, when I was trying to get my air fuel table dialed in. And yeah, here you can see this light blue line is my throttle position. So over here, I'm at 0% throttle position and about 37 kPa. And then as soon as I go to right here, I'm at 100% throttle position. And you can see that the this red line is the commanded AFR. It drops to 12.23. But my actual AFR, this green line, is at 14.55. And then it actually spikes up over here, and at the peak it's like 16.46, so that's way too lean. So we are going to try and adjust that fuel to wall impact factor under the transient tab. So, but the things we got to remember here are our map before the tip in is 37, or we'll call it about 40, and then after the tip in we're at 86. Or so let's go over to the editor now, go to the engine tab, and it'll be in fuel and this transient fuel tab over here. And yeah, this is the table we're going to look at. So fuel to wall impact factor. So we'll open that up. And now I've talked to, again, my go-to guys for information on HP tuners are Kyle at Goat Rope Garage and Jeff with Evans Performance Academy. And both these guys have kind of said to not mess with the lower regions of the table. So because we know before the tip in we're at about 40 kPa, or it was at 37 or 39 or something. So we're going to leave these top two rows exactly the same. And the other thing that both those guys mentioned about this table is it kind of works on the difference between cells. So the actual number that's in the cell doesn't mean a whole bunch. It's the change from one cell to another that makes the difference. So like if you look down in the lower part of the table, if you're like, I'm usually running at about 90 degrees Celsius engine coolant temp. So if I were to go from 80 kPa map to 100 kPa, that number doesn't change. So it's not going to add any extra fuel if I go from 80 to 100. But if you look at from 40 to 80, it is going to add some fuel because that number changes. So basically, so what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this bottom row, the 100 kPa row, and multiply that whole row by 1.2. And we'll hit this multiply key and just make sure, yeah, all those numbers got multiplied by 1.2. And then we're gonna highlight everything from the 40 kPa row to the 100 row, and I'm gonna use this interpolate between vertical bounds, and that should, you know, make a gradual change from 40 to 100. So I'll do that now. So now, yeah, you can see it's basically a gradual change from 40 to 100. And again, we didn't mess with the 20 kPa row or the 40 kPa row. So now we'll save this tune and flash it to the truck and head out to my testing area there, and we'll do another tip-in test and see if that has changed our lean spike at all, and see we may need to go more, like multiply that 100 kPa row by higher than 1.2, or I doubt we'll have to go less. My theory is we're gonna have to make it more yet, but we'll go out and do some testing and give that a try. So I'll save this right to the truck, and then we'll see you guys out at the testing area. Alright guys, we're back out at the spot I use for road testing and street tuning. Got low buck tuck riding shotgun again, but he's out staring at the field. So what I'm going to do is same as I've done in the last few videos. I'm going to use the VCM scanner, the controls and special functions to lock the transmission in third gear, and then we're just going to be rolling down the road in idle at third gear, and I'll go from I'll basically punch it and go from 0% throttle to 100% throttle, and then we'll record a log and we'll pull over again and see if that fuel to wall impact factor change we did had any effect on that lean spike on tip-in. So we'll do that now. Okay, so like I said, we're rolling down the road, locked into third gear, at an idle basically. Got our scanner scanning. So I'm going to go from 0% throttle to 100% throttle, leave it wide open for a couple seconds, and then come back to closing the throttle. So here we go. Okay, and now we'll pull over and review our log. Okay, so we're pulled over here so we can review this log of this tip-in test I just did. So the other thing I need to mention is you need to make sure your VE table is dialed in as good as you can before you start messing with this transient fuel tab and the that fuel to wall impact factor, because that is basically like a multiplier for that cell of the VE table during a fuel transient or whatever. So if your VE table is out to lunch and you multiply that error, it could be even more out to lunch. So that's what we did in the video yesterday. We went out and made sure that our VE table was as good as possible, and I see today it's slightly out. Like if you look at where the cursor is here, AFR commanded, the red line is 14.68, and the actual AFR is the green line, 15.02, for about a 3% error. But it was pretty well bang on yesterday. But I've noticed, especially in this speed density tune using the enhanced 3-bar OS, like as conditions change from day to day, your tune will go out a little bit because it doesn't have that closed loop correction from the narrow band O2s. So I think as long as I'm within 4 or 5% error on my O2, I'm going to call that good. So our VE looks good, and now we'll look over here and we can see we've still got a bit of a lean spike. Let's go take our cursor over and see how bad it is. So looks like it's 15.97 at the worst part. So yeah, before it was 16.42 or something like that. So it has made it better. And then the other thing I noticed, along with this lean spike at tip in, there's a corresponding rich spike when I let off the throttle, or tip out, I guess you'd call it. I'll just play the log ahead a little bit here and we'll have a look at that. yeah, right there you can see I went from 100% throttle right there to 0% throttle, and we were doing pretty decent with our AFRs here. Yeah, calling for 12.2, and we were at 12.04, and then got a little richer. But then after I let off the throttle, you can see we're down at 10.26. So yeah, there's a lean spike on tip in and a rich spike on tip out. So we'll go back to our editor here, and I'm going to go back to stock first. So I'm going to open a compare file, scroll down and get my stock tune, and we'll have a look at that. And I'm going to copy that and go back to stock. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to leave the 20 and 40 rows alone, and I'm going to take this 100 kPa row and highlight the whole thing, which I just did. And I'm actually going to double it this time, and we'll see what kind of effect that has. So we'll double it and do the same thing. Do this, highlight the whole from the 40 row to the 100 row, and do this interpolate between vertical bounds. And now I will save it, write it to the truck, and we'll do another tip-in test and see how that has affected things. Okay, so we're rolling down the road again, locked into third gear. We'll switch over to the scanner view here. So I've noticed that making that adjustment to the fuel to wall impact table, it's almost made us even a bit more lean. Like now we're in the 15, kind of the mid 15s almost. So we may have to go back in and adjust that VE table, but for now I'm just going to do another basically a tip-in test, same as I did last time, and go from closed throttle to full throttle for a few seconds, and then back to closed again, and then we'll stop and pull over and review the log. So here we go. Okay, yeah, so we're pulled over again to review the second tip-in test I've done today. And yeah, like I said, it's actually leaner before I do the tip-in by a bit. Like it's calling for 14.68 and we're at 15.62, but right before the tip in, it's closer, 14.99 versus 14.68. But it looks like making that fuel to wall impact adjustment, like doubling that 100 kPa row and doing the vertical interpolate from the 40 kPa row, has actually made my lean spike worse. Like if we go scroll over to the peak here, it's actually 17.5 AFR when it's calling for 12.23, so that's actually made it worse. So I'm kind of stumped, but it's happened before when I'm tuning, when you kind of make a theory or a prediction and you think, okay, when I take this number this way, this is going to happen, and sometimes it doesn't always work out like that. So I think I'm gonna wrap this one up for now and save these logs and my current tune the way it is, send it to Kyle with Go Rope Garage and Jeff with Evans Performance Academy, and see what they suggest, because I'm kind of at a loss here and I don't seem to be making this lean spike any better. So I think I'm actually going to put that table back to stock, because it was actually better than Actually, maybe I should go back to that last tune I did where I multiplied that 100 kPa row by 1.2, because that did seem to make it a little bit better. Or maybe I should try some number in between 1.2 and 2 to multiply that last row by. But anyways, I'll send these logs and files off to people who are smarter than me and see what they suggest. And just wanted to add a quick little update to this video. I did a live stream last night, and one of the guys on there actually suggested that it might be my fuel pump issues that are causing, or at least contributing to this lean spike on tip in. So I think in the meantime, while I try and get this figured out, I'm just going to basically avoid doing those quick tip ins, and if I transition gradually onto the throttle, I think that will avoid it going so lean. But then we're going to go ahead with installing a fuel pressure gauge to verify our fuel pressure. And then I've got this, it's Walbro 525 Hellcat pump. So and we're going to upgrade the wiring as well. So I'm hoping that will supply all the fuel I need. So yeah, that's what'll be coming up next. We'll install a fuel pressure gauge, and we'll get this Walbro 525 Hellcat fuel pump in, and then we'll check this lean spike issue again, and that may have solved it or helped it. We will see. So that's it for now. We'll talk to you on the next one. Thanks. Bye for now.